Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. This is kind of getting a little bit viral, and it just caught my attention because I was horrified with what I saw. A black mother is sort of coming under fire because to discipline her daughter because she's so, I guess, maybe a little bit boy crazy, she actually shaved off her daughter's hair to teach her obedience. And she says, let's take away some of that confidence. This is absolutely disgusting to me. Okay, this is disgusting. So I'm not showing all of her face, but if you see the picture, her eyes are completely filled with sadness. And what kind of mother does this to her daughter? What kind of mother does this? Baby, just hold on. Okay, this is what she said. I'm gonna zoom in. Her mother, Kiera Williams, says, I shaved off my daughter's head today, her hair, because she thinks being pretty is more important than being obedient. Since you can't go to school and focus on schoolwork and not be distracted by boys and things that don't matter, let's take away some of that confidence. I humbled her real quick with a George Jefferson cut. But her mother is disgusting. Her mother has a disgusting soul. Okay? If your daughter, first of all, looking at her daughter, I don't think it's unfair to me to assume her daughter is in puberty. Yes, sometimes we can go a little bit boy crazy and boys go girl crazy because of puberty and we're attracted. Yes, I understand you need to be focused, but is there something going on in the house? What is your parenting like? You think the answer to your daughter, okay, maybe she was failing in school. Instead of talking to her and trying to help her and try to change her mentality, you think by cutting off her hair is going to, she said, I'm gonna humble her. Look at the words and the language. The fact that you would come on social media to boast about chopping off your black daughter's hair. First of all, black women, everybody knows how black women can be obsessed about their hair. If they're religious, oh, God said it's your crown. And also, I'm going to take it there, it can be hard to regrow your hair very long if you had long hair. As a I don't know how much hair her daughter had, but it's not like her hair is going to be down her back more than likely within a year. Her hair might not ever recover or grow as fast again. You took away her crown, as you like to say, and she said, I gave her a George Jefferson cut. What if she had hair past her shoulders and down her back? Now, there are black girls who have longer hair than that. We're diverse. But there are some black girls whose hair just doesn't grow very long and they're doing everything right. And you took away her hair. What if she wants to start dating when she turns 18 and she's struggling or her hair hasn't grown back as long because you chopped off her hair? Taking away a black girl's hair is very serious. Yes, sometimes you can regrow it. Yes, you can wear a cute pixie. But what if she wants her hair longer? Then if you go wear other types of stuff, then people want to diss you and make fun of you, this and that. Well, her mother took away her damn hair. There's nothing funny about that. Especially, I don't even have to go into detail. All black women in America know the sensitivity regarding hair and hair growth and beauty and all of that, and you did that to your daughter. What she did was cruel. It was disgusting. And she says that since you think being pretty is more important than your schoolwork. And yes, I know, and I agree, you should be focused on your schoolwork. But when she said, I humbled her, you went to the public to tell the public, yeah, I humbled her. Yeah, look at her now. You have caused trauma. I don't know if her daughter will ever get over her mother being like a bully to her too. Her mother chopping her hair off. I would never get over it. Even if the hair regrows back to the length that it was or longer, I would never get over that you did something like that to me in my teenage years. You a real nasty heifer. A real nasty heifer. And then you had the nerve to post it on social media to tell other people that you humbled me and I'm your daughter. Now, maybe her daughter could be a problem child. Maybe her daughter is loud and don't listen. I would ask, how did you raise your daughter? Were you there? Did you focus on your daughter? Did you ever give a butt whooping? Some people don't agree with that. But before giving a butt whooping, because that's not the first answer, how did you communicate with her? How did you talk to her? You have some black mothers who don't even talk to their daughters about dating, and your daughters are in puberty. They're fantasizing about boys. They have urges to want to have smecks, just like you did, and you don't tell them nothing. And then they come home pregnant, and I mean, I would be upset too, but did you talk about the birds and the bees, smecks with them? Did you tell her about how to take care of herself? Did you tell her about discharge and how it should look? Did you talk to her about smecks? Did you talk to her about birth control? You have some women who act so clueless, and they don't talk to their daughters about a damn thing. And if they do, they're always threatening them. But you don't teach them nothing about life. You don't talk about reality. They don't feel like they can come to you. You don't have conversations with them, but you shame them for being human or for having thoughts and desires. You shame them. You're in shock. I would never be shocked if my daughter reaches puberty and she's going crazy about having a boyfriend or having urges. It would be time to talk, because I have them too. I'm a human being. I've gone through puberty. This is pretty natural, but I need you to calm down. Okay? You have to focus. And if you're out of order, I will try to discipline you and get it together. But I'm not going to cut your freaking hair off. And I'm not going to make you look unattractive and hurt you that way. That's disgusting to me that she did that. And the fact that she came on social media and literally says things that do, okay. She said, let me zoom in again. She says, let's take away that confidence. You a disgusting woman. I humbled her real quick. She is disgusting to me. And I want to read something that Judge Mathis had said before. And I want to read to you some of the comments that came about her doing this. I want to know, what do you think about this? Okay. So we have Judge Mathis. We know he's a pretty popular judge. He had his own TV show. He seems to be an okay man from what I've seen. And he made this statement not a few short years ago. He says the abuse that happens everywhere and abusive parents are everywhere, but those other groups of people, aka non-black people, have endless amounts of support within their families, community, in general, within society, that black children usually don't. He said it best to one of his someone in his courtroom. He says, "There's talk about tough love, but all I see and hear is toughness. I don't hear and see love." And this is a constant mindset with black parents. A lot of toughness, but very not a lot of love. We as people do a great job talking about my kids come first, but fall short when it comes to actions. There's very little that suggests that there is any love in these parent child relationships. And you see it, I see it all the time. When I see people talk about their parents like absolute crap, if they would help them in their old age, I say the way they talk, I don't have to do nothing for them. They talk like they're not their parents, and you can tell that they weren't loved. You have black parents who don't give affection. They treat their girls like they're boys. They're too rough on them. They're just not good parents. Okay, now I can see if your parent abused you and talked to you like filth, and you don't want nothing to do with them because they weren't a parent to you. But you have some people, their parents, I mean, why are you treating your girl like she's not a princess? If I had a little girl, I'm a baby, my little girl. Yes, I'm going to help her too, but I'm going to hug her. I'm going to kiss her. I'm going to build her confidence. We're going to have cupcake and tea time, even, maybe tea time. I might not drink the tea, but we're going to do girly things. We're going to get dressed up in our cute little dresses and our dress clothes, and we're going to have picnics together, and we're going to bake cookies together. And when the time comes, yes, we'll talk about boys together and the things you should know, okay, the game and all of that. Also, watch romance movies. We're going to talk about smecks and your body part, signs of things that could be wrong and not wrong. I need to know what your menstrual cycle is like if I have to take you to the doctor. Some could be wrong, all types of stuff. But I'm not going to shame you for literally growing up. And if you're out of order, I'm going to have to discipline you and get it together. but I'm not going to chop off your hair during the time of your life where you're growing. And no, absolutely not. So let me show you real quick some comments, okay, about what she did. Jealous and spiteful, this mother. Father, if you are available, this is where you step in and save your daughter. This is abuse, not discipline, okay? I am all for discipline, but this is too much. You were looking for a reason to be cruel to your daughter. A little girl could unalive herself from this type of parenting or hurt her mother. She could grow to hate her mother. That lady didn't do the right thing to her daughter. All of this, okay, did things and it can make it worse. And she seems like she's jealous of her child. Okay. Reading these comments is crazy. A mother's job is to make sure her child is in the right path. They don't dive into to the extent of the child focusing on boys or the attitude the child has towards it. We were all boy crazy at one point, and when my daughter was in school, little girls were getting caught in the boys' bathroom giving head. Oh my God. So if this mother feels like this is going to make her daughter stop being focused on boys, then that's her way of discipline, and it may not align with anyone else, but to say this mom is jealous is crazy, and we're not here to be our kids' friend. That is this new generation of gentle parenting and overly sensitive kids in this generation, in this curse cycle. There were times I didn't like my mother because she beat my butt, but here we are 40 years later and we're best friends. I'd rather have a child um, I'd rather have a bald-headed daughter than a 13-year-old pregnant daughter. Baby, chopping off her hair is not going to always prevent that. So you're telling me if she had said, I got the belt, most black women, at least from my generation, wouldn't trip as hard. But you took off her hair. She has no hair left. You're a black woman. I would never do that, knowing that she's growing into a young adult woman and it's going to come fast, and her beauty matters. Looking beautiful does matter to be able to attract a husband that she will want. And a lot of men, I hate a lot of men like hair. It doesn't have to be the longest hair, but knowing how she might have an issue regrowing her hair or the work that can go into it depending on her genetics, her texture, all these things, I would never set her back like that and chop off her hair, knowing as a black woman some things that can might be difficult possibly for her to ever regrow it back to a certain length again. That is facts. I don't care who's offended about it. And I wouldn't do that to her anyway, because no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to ruin my daughter. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to mess up her beauty. And yes, there are black women who can rock a good ass pixie cut. I see it all the time. But that's her choice to do it. She didn't choose to have a George Jefferson haircut. She didn't choose to end up maybe with a pixie. So I'm not doing that. You're causing damage. I would never send my daughter into class with a George Jefferson haircut so that other people can pick on my baby and laugh at my baby, and my baby look in that mirror and break down crying constantly. She will never forget you doing that to her. Now, yes, whooping my butt with the belt, because I did get beat. I had the switch to me before, not by my mom though. But I wasn't a bad child, but I did get a whooping before. And most black kids still love their mama if you got beat with a belt before, if you deserved it, if you was bad, which I really wasn't bad, but most black kids a lot of times get over that. But shaving off all her hair like that, that's something that is traumatic. Traumatic, and I'm disgusted with the language of her mother. The way she boasted about it. Okay, let's see. This ain't it, and it's really heartbreaking. It screams jealousy, sick parenting. This is sad. All it's going to take is for whatever little boy she likes to comfort her and encourage her through this trauma that you just caused, and it's over for you and whatever rules you were trying to instill in her. Now, I'm not against the mother wanting to get help for her if she's a bad baby, okay? But there are ways to do that. Sometimes it can be real hard. Where's the father? Because sometimes all it takes is the bass in that man's voice and the father's discipline to help, and for the father to talk to her too. Furthermore, at what point do we decide that humiliating and embarrassing and degrading our children is a proper consequence? And just so we're clear, most children's behaviors are learned through their environment, so check your own home. These parents never learned from previous parents being bashed for this exact same thing. Shaking my head. Take away her cell phone if she has one. Ground her, making sure she's in those books after school with no TV or outside time. Okay, and if she gets bullied because of this, what is she going to do? Um, do your big one, mom. Me personally, I would have just beat her butt, but I'm not knocking it. You're going to jail. You have no right to embarrass your child like that. You are sad to be called a mother. You need to look in the mirror at your own sins. They do it all the time to boys. Now it's abuse when it's a girl. Since when has a boy having a low cut ever been bad? Boys are supposed to have low cut haircuts, in my opinion. Most of them. Some of them want to wear their hair long and unkept and all that. My son would have a fade. I'm not doing that. I'm not having my child running around like he's a girl and all of that. You do what you want to do. That's how I feel. But it ain't the same. And y'all know it's not the same. It will never be the same. Okay. When I was in school, there was a black girl who wore her hair short like Holly Berry, and she was being picked on being called bald headed, because that's how much black boys cared about the length of a girl's hair, and they still do, a lot of them. Okay, and she looked great, and there's nothing wrong with the pixie cut, but let's not pretend like we don't know. Let's just don't play with me, because I see it on social media every single week on TikTok of women trying to get their hair like way down their back and stuff. And some of them do have that, like hair literally like almost to the butt. But just having really healthy hair. Okay, so let's see. This is the last comment. No, if that little girl comes home and commits, you know what? Sua, you know what? Now you're gonna be screaming and hollering saying that you should have never did that. That was wrong. Education isn't like it was 30 years ago. School isn't for everyone. No, my baby what? No, 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 no. No. My baby would be educated. So, all right, I want to know, what do you all think? Do you think that the mother crossed the line by shaving off her young, about teenage little daughter, taking her hair away from her because she said she wasn't focusing on school, that she's going boy crazy and she's not focusing, um, and that she wanted to humble her, is her words, and take away that confidence, her words, and make her feel unattractive now by taking away her hair, her crown. Y'all know black women love to talk about the crown. Took away her damn crown. Okay, and now she has to restart growing her hair all over again as a black girl. So what do you all think about that? Seriously, what would you do? Is this something that you would do to your daughter so she doesn't feel pretty, or she can now do her schoolwork because now no one will look at you and I need to humble you? Is this a form of discipline that you feel is okay to do? To me, look, I'm not against discipline, but I do think there's a such thing as some things being a little bit extreme. Okay, a little bit extreme. I want to know, how did you talk to your daughter before you decided to do this? What is your household like? What kind of parent are you? Because you do have people who completely fail at it and they're completely delusional about it, and they want to blame the child completely on how some of them are turning out. So let me know. Okay, let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. And have you ever had anything like this happen to you? Would you do this? Do you think this is going to help her daughter now become better at school and focusing, now that she took away her hair and she has to go to school with her hair like that now? Oh my God. It's just the fact that the way she spoke on social media to the public about her daughter, it disgusts me. She sounds like a mean, nasty woman to me. So let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be talking to y'all. Bye, everyone.